Hello, everyone, and welcome to our class. I'm going to make several videos to introduce you to this world, but this very first video is going to be short. It's just an introduction to myself, your instructor. So just kind of letting you know who is working the scenes behind the class, since this is entirely online. So my name is Aaron Pryor, and I'm an adjunct in the social work department, teach 221 and 222. So I may have had some of you before. I may have some of you in the future if you guys are kind of taking things out of order. And I'm also the assistant director in our counseling and psychological services here at USI. I started in CAPS in the fall of 21, and that is after being in our TRIO student support services program as both the academic counselor and then the former director since 2014. So in that world, I was working with a lot of first-gen, low-income and disabled students, working with them holistically, trying to help them overcome any sort of educational barriers they may have. And you're going to hear about TRIO services through this class because we're going to be learning about social welfare programs. That's actually a federal program that's been around since the Civil Rights Movement. So a little bit more about myself, just some background information in case you want to know a little bit about where I came from. I'm actually a double alumni of USI. Both my BSW and MSW are from here. When I did my internship, I actually interned with Aurora on their homeless outreach team, and then that was my first job as well. So I was a case manager where I worked with men and women who are on the streets and worked to help them find permanent housing solutions. So I was working with men and women who are living under bridges and abandoned houses and living in tents in the woods. And I also worked for their Vision 1505 program, which was permanent supportive housing for formerly homeless families. And I also did some work with United Caring Services as well. So a lot of work with poverty and homelessness at the undergraduate level. I eventually went back and got my MSW. When I was doing my MSW, excuse me, I was doing some clinical work with Catholic Charities. And then with Aurora, I was doing some in-home family therapy. And then once I had my MSW, it's about the time I changed over here to USI, seeking some additional opportunities. I started working PRN or as needed at Brentwood Springs in Newburgh, Indiana. So I worked there for about 6 years, where I got my LCSW. And my main function there was to work on their assessment team, assessing individuals who were coming in for either inpatient or outpatient services. I would assess them, assign a provisional diagnosis, and help get them admitted into the appropriate programs. So a lot of work in substance abuse, a lot of work in mental health. Now doing a lot more on the one-on-one side here in CAPS and working in groups, and a lot of community education and mental health education, and helping focus on holistic wellness. So a lot of that as well. Some of my other interest, big into mindfulness. It's been a big game changer for myself and a lot of the individuals I interact with, both students and professionals. So I'm always big into talking about mindfulness. I'm also a father of 3 young boys and happily married to the love of my life. We've been together for a long time now. I was going to throw a number at you, but it's it's just wild to think that we've been going hard for so long. And if I gave you a number, it might age me a little bit. But anyways, so that's a little bit about myself. I'm easy to get a hold of for the most part because I am in CAPS and confidentiality and all those kinds of things. I'm not really having folks walk in to see me. So you'll find my office hours are going to be linked on my syllabus to be by appointment only. And we're going to do that on Zoom or by phone if we need to communicate. But so that's a little bit about myself. Tune in to the rest of the videos to learn more about the class and your specific assignments. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. It's going to be a great semester, and I look forward to working with all of you.